Hey everybody, hola, di hola Nati. Hola. How are you? I hope that you guys are having an absolutely wonderful day. So, true story, I didn't know that today was a holiday and I almost sent her to school today. Somebody's been eating chocolate. ¿Qué pasó, mi amor? Si te aburres, te puedes bajar. And she's dressed as a princess. Oh, there she is. She's bored. She's leaving. Vaya, vaya. Okay. So, what I wanted to talk about today quickly is how to grow your audience, right? Because at the end of the day, when we're looking to grow our businesses, what every single one of us needs is to have an audience, right? Like it's impossible for you to grow your business. It's impossible for you to make more money or to increase your income if there's nobody who's buying from you at all. So I wanted to talk about 4 ways to grow your audience, to grow your list, to make your business expand. Because at the end of the day, the biggest problem that people have in terms of growing their business is not being able to find it's basically a numbers game, right? What this means is that you're not getting in front of enough people. So it means that you so if you're selling to 10 people and you have a 10% conversion rate, it means that only one person is going to buy, right? So how do you grow that reach? How do you reach more people? How do you grow your audience? Like, it's really the most important question that you need to ask yourself moving forward, if you are planning or thinking about or considering growing your business. So let's talk about the 4 ways. The first way is basically through organic promotion, right? And all of this starts with you creating a really powerful, hopefully, lead magnet, a freebie, a tripwire, although a tripwire is a little bit different, but or something that you can give people for free that's going to be really powerful. So I basically wrote a blog post last week on Friday, and I added this PDF showing people how they can grow their list. And it's just a great way for me to grow my own list. So it all starts with that. It all starts with you creating something of value so that people can sign up for it, so that people can find out like, oh, okay, a little bit more about you, but also they're getting a ton of value in the process, right? And then that first way for you to grow your audience is through organic promotion. So promoting it on your social media, promoting it on your to your emails, promoting it to your friends, doing YouTube videos, doing Facebook lives, doing Instagram lives, whatever, like Twitter, wherever it is that you're active, you want to be promoting this consistently a ton, right? So that's basically the first way to do it. It's the easiest, not necessarily the easiest, but it is a really great way to do it. And there's a lot of ways for you to create lead magnets or freebies that are powerful. You could create PDFs, you could do workbooks, you could do checklists, you could do quizzes, you can do email courses, whether it's video email courses or written email courses. You could do a challenge, you could do a video series, you could do a webinar, you could do a summit, you could do a conference on a Facebook group. I mean, there's so many options out there, so many things that you can easily do in order to really grow your list, that the possibilities are endless. And if you're very stuck at this and you don't know exactly what you can offer, I recommend looking around at what competition is doing. Competition, I hate using the word even competition, but I recommend looking around what other people in your field are doing and kind of getting an idea of like, okay, what sort of things can I do in my own way? Obviously you're not copying anybody, but getting ideas from others so that you can create things on your own too. So that's my recommendation, right? Getting that notion of what can I give for free. Now, I believe that there's a science behind this. It's not just like, oh, let me create a freebie and run away. But basically it's around, okay, how can I make this freebie really turn into a client, right? It's not just like, here's this PDF, like for example, the one I'm going to show you guys later at the end of this. It's not just like, oh, okay, here's this PDF, but it's also like, okay, here's this PDF, but how am I through email or through the information that's on the PDF gonna guide people into becoming my clients in the future? So that's a really important part. So anyways, it starts with you creating this amazing product or freebie, and then promoting it all over your social media, just plastering it everywhere as much as you possibly can, because you're giving people value. It's not you're just selling, but you're giving stuff for free that is really, really going to be helpful for them. So that's the first way. The second one is one of my favorites, and I just mentioned it, and it's through blogging and SEO. Now, obviously, I think that you need to think about what's best for you, right? If you're a great writer, go for it. Go for it with blogging. If you're like, I hate writing, don't do it. But for me personally, I love writing. So what I have been doing in my own business, that every single Friday I try to write a new blog post and just put this information out there and drive people to my website through it. Obviously, every single one of my blog posts has a content upgrade. So it has either a PDF or a freebie, all these things we already talked about. And that's a really powerful way to build my list. And if you have a really good SEO, which is search engine optimization. So if your site is really optimized for that, it means that if people are looking for, okay, I need a digital marketing strategy, they're going to be able to find me on Google or through Pinterest. Now, Pinterest is an incredible source of traffic for my business. Believe it or not, it is my #1 source of traffic. And I do paid ads through Facebook. And still, even as I do paid ads through Facebook, my #1 source of traffic for my own website is Pinterest. I mean, that's how powerful it is. I get a lot of people that come to my brand, my business through it because they're searching, they're trying to find something interesting. And I have so many articles out there because of my blog that it really just drives people in. So that's the second way to grow your audience, through blogging, through SEO, and really being very smart about that whole strategy so that you're constantly getting people in. The third way of growing your audience and basically being able to build your business and get more clients is through collaborations. And there's a ton of ways to do this. You could either do it through, reaching out to podcasts that you like and, pitching yourself so that you could be a guest on that podcast. Now, my recommendation for this is to start small. Like, don't go like, oh, I want to be on Rachel Hollis's website as a guest, podcast as a guest, because it's likely that you're not going to get invited just yet. So you want to start with something small and kind of build yourself up. You're leveraging the podcast that you've been a guest at to become a guest to bigger ones and bigger ones and bigger ones. So that's one way to do it. Another one way to do it is to write for other people, write for other blogs out there that have a bigger audience than you. Again, just reaching out to people that you are looking at, that you like, and pitching yourself and saying like, listen, I would love to write a blog post for you. That's another good way to do it. Another way to do it is through Haro. I don't know if you've heard of Haro, but it's Help a Reporter Out. And basically they send an email, or 3 emails actually, every single day with reporters out there or journalists that are looking for quotes, or they're looking for experts and they need them to write articles. So if they're writing an article on working moms, then you can, they're like, hey, we're looking for an expert that, and in this field, and we need somebody to help me out, like give me a quote for this article or whatever. So you can sign up for that for free. It's helpareporterout.org, but you can look it up anyway. So that's another way to do it. Another way to do it is just by reaching out to other people that that you like, and just telling them, hey, I can speak to your mastermind for free. This is a way that I used for a while, and it really, really helped me a ton. So basically what I did was I would reach out to other business coaches, not competition, but other coaches out there, and say, hey, I would love to speak at your mastermind, your group program, and just give a training for free. So I would give a training for free, like an hour-long training. And at the end of the training, I would offer a free call for anybody that wanted to talk, that wanted to know more. And during that free call, I would, at the end of that, pitch them to become clients. So I got a ton of clients by doing this, just by offering a ton of value to these people. Because the thing is that the people that have already bought this program from this person, they're like, oh my God, I love this person. I already bought for them. And if this person is vouching for this other person and saying like their content is really good and it's powerful and it's helpful, well, maybe it's a good idea for me to hire, to hire this person, because they're getting that recommendation, right? So that's a really good way to do it. And I've done this multiple times in the past, whether it's through speaking at other masterminds, or it's because I've been just doing trainings and doing website reviews or different things like that, which are really, really helpful. And then the last way for you to grow your audience is kind of the obvious one, which is through paid advertising, right? Just doing ads. And obviously it's going to depend. My recommendation for ads always is to make sure that your funnel converts first. So that means is before you go spend a ton of money on ads, which I did, and it didn't work at first, you want to make sure that the funnel, that whatever you're doing ads to, is something that works, right? Something that really is gonna get you a return on investment. So you can do ads on Facebook, you can do ads on Instagram, you can do ads on Google, you can do ads on YouTube. I have done almost all of them. I haven't done YouTube ads yet, but I've done Facebook, I've done Instagram, and I have done Google. For me personally, the one that has been most effective has been Facebook. But again, I think the time when I did Google ads, my funnel wasn't that effective at that time. But anyways, I would recommend doing, just making sure first before anything else to make sure that your funnel is working. And the best way to test that is through that first way, through organic promotion. So basically, sharing it for free with people on your social media, on Facebook groups, on your email list, or different places to see what your conversion rates are. And then once you get them to a point where you're like, okay, this is working really well, then you can do ads to it. And Facebook is really amazing for this. I really recommend it, especially if you have an extra budget. But even if you don't have the extra budget, but you know that this is going to convert, like even if you have to place it on a credit card, I would totally go for it if I know it's going to get me money at the end. You know what I mean? Like I don't have that much cash flow right now, but I know that if I invest $100 in this, I'm going to make $1,000. It kind of makes sense for you to invest the $100. You know what I mean? So those are kind of my recommendations, because at the end of the day, this is a numbers game, period. This isn't about like, oh my God, what am I going to do? How am I going to get, like my offer isn't working or that's not working. It's sometimes just getting in front of the right amount of people and making sure that you're there, right? Like making sure that people can see you. So that's what I would recommend. Organic promotion. So promoting on social media everywhere. Number one. Number two is blogging and SEO, which is such a powerful strategy because getting people on your website. Number three is collaborations and, either speaking on other masterminds or podcasts or articles or using Help a Reporter Out. And number four is paid advertising. Those are the 4 ways for you to grow your audience. And obviously they're all at different speeds, right? Paid advertising is the fastest one because SEO is something that takes a long time. Collaborations means that you have to build a relationship with people before they take you into account. Although with writing articles or as a guest in a podcast, it's not necessarily something you have to build a long relationship, but it takes a little bit more time. And organic promotion, it doesn't take necessarily more time, but it takes more effort because you have to be consistently out there, right? So all of them have different times, but they're all really effective. I have used the 4 of them in my own business. And I think there's a place for each of them, right? At first, it was all organic. I couldn't do anything else. Eventually, after building enough organic plus the blogging and SEO, I've done that from the very beginning in my business, like always done it. I moved on into doing collaborations as I was able to grow my own network. And then finally, when I felt like I was confident, although I failed at this at first, I did Facebook ads. I did ads in general in order to drive people in. So I feel like that's basically how I put it together in this PDF. But that's kind of how I went through that whole process personally in my own business. And everybody's in a different place. I mean, if you have the budget and the opportunity to do paid advertising, even if you're doing it for testing, go for it. But I think that at the end of the day, what's behind all of these, the 4 of them, free, collaborations, blogging, paid advertising, is the content that you create. So honestly, that's really where the value is, or the power behind it is. The capacity that you have to grow your audience is going to come from the value that you're going to give them, like how much content you create, how consistently you're putting out stuff, how much you are willing to put yourself out there to give great stuff without giving it all away, because you don't want to give it all away. People don't hire you, right? But it is all about creating really powerful content. That's been my number one thing. I've done so many things in my own business and just making sure that I'm giving a ton of value all the time consistently with what I'm doing. So anyways, that's it. Those are the 4 ways. Let me know in the comments which of these 4 you are currently doing. So give me a 1 if you're doing organic promotion. Give me a 2 if you're doing blogging and SEO. Give me a 3 if you're doing collaborations, and give me a 4 if you're doing Facebook ads, just so that I know what you're working on. And let me know how it's going. Like what do you feel you need to work on in order to improve your audience growth? Because really that's what it comes down to in order for you to grow your business. All right, you guys, that's it. Quick and simple. Hope that you love this and it was helpful, and I'll see you guys later.